There's two main things that JLL will be talking about at Cityscape Global this year. The first is digital geographies and the second is transparency. Just briefly, and we're doing two separate presentations on those things. On the digital geographies, what we're looking at is how Dubai is functioning as a global city, how it competes with other cities globally, how it's doing in terms of attracting global companies, particularly in the digital and technology sectors, what sorts of real estate those sorts of companies are looking for, and how they're clustering within Dubai. So that'll be a topic that we're covering on the Cityscape conference. Dubai clearly is a very global city. It's quite a small city, but it punches well above its weight on the global stage. There's a number of factors for that, which JLL identify in a report we call our City Momentum Index. And Dubai scores pretty heavily pretty well in that report for a number of factors. Firstly is the presence of international companies in the city. Dubai has a headquarters or regional offices of a lot of international companies. The second one is the level of investment, capital flows that are flowing in and out from the country, and the relatively acceptable capital markets. So ease of investment flows is another one. And that's related to the transparency of the market and the ease of moving money in and out of the country. That would be another factor. A third factor is all around the quality of life and how attractive a city is to live. And again, Dubai scores very heavily on that one. It's the most attractive city to live from a quality of life perspective in the region. So that's another factor. Another one is just the connectivity of the city in terms of airports, seaports, road connectivity. So just how interconnected is Dubai globally. And Dubai scores is by far the most connected city in the region. And is actually the most connected city of anywhere between London in the west and Singapore in the east. Three trends that I think will characterise the Dubai real estate market over the next 12 months. I think in the office market, what we'll start to see is a lot more flexible office space. Companies taking space in flexible office locations managed by a third party rather than taking an annual lease on their own space. They'll take space in a building which is managed by companies such as Regis or WeWork or Servcorp. And this flexible office space, I think, will be the main trend that will influence the office market going forward. In terms of the residential market, I think the main trend there will be perhaps a move away from the off-plan sales back towards the established market. Over the last year, there's been a big growth in off-plan sales. We think that may well change going forward over the next 12 months, and there might be a move back towards the more established market. Perhaps the third trend to look out for is the growth of e-commerce in the retail trend. In the retail sector, we're already starting to see a number of malls now which are incorporating both bricks and mortar retailing and e-commerce retailing. So those three things, I think, technology, flexible office space, and the move back towards the established markets from a residential perspective. JLL are presenting at the Cityscape Global Conference in October in Dubai, and we look forward to seeing you there.